What's up, everybody?
Hey there.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I am so excited about today because I got some people, actually some of my favorite folks to talk to. One, Levi McDonald. He's been my dude for a while, and special guest here today, Mica Calloway. So just kind of let everybody know we're always talking about things that are helping real estate agents grow their business and build within the agent builders group. I partner with Levi. How long has it been Levi? About a little bit over 2 years now, right?
Yeah, we've been officially partnered together a little bit over 2 years. But we've been boys for a few years now.
Yeah. So I mean, definitely we've been benefiting from the relationship part of it, and and recently Levi has partnered up with Mica, and Mica, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been doing real estate and background and all that stuff?
Yes. So I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. I've been in Atlanta 21 years, and I have two children, 23 and 12. And I'm also a real estate professional since September of 2018. I'm approaching my third year this year, and I'm really excited about this journey and taking it with you all, and partnering up with Levi and, the entire EXP organization. So I'm happy.
Awesome.
I'm
So
also surprised to hear that it's only been since September 2018 that you've been licensed.
Yeah, people be like, "That's it. That's
Yeah,
all you've been doing it."
that's
But
so nice.
I came from sales, so I've been in sales for 20 years. I worked in dental offices. I was a certified expanded duties dental assistant, so I worked chair side. Then I grew to front office. I sold treatment plans for dentistry, $1 million treatment plans. Then I went into outside sales. I was a cold caller for Hyacinth Dental Implant Company. I was the first African American female dental implant rep in the state of Georgia.
wow.
I was also I also worked with Johnson & Johnson Pharmaceuticals as a Listerine professional. I covered the East Territory for about 3 years and traveled representing the Listerine brand nationally. And I was ranked #1 in the nation in 2015 for Johnson & Johnson with the Listerine brand. I've also sold large equipment. When you go to the dental office and you rear back in a chair, I've sold the chairs, the CAT scans, the x-ray machines, and the entire dental office.
Wow. So all right. So I always like to ask a question. So like, I mean, you were doing all that. So obviously, sales has been your thing for a number of years now. You've been very successful in it. So what made you decide that you wanted to be a realtor?
Well, you know what? It was not really my decision to be a realtor. A life event happened. And when that life event happened, I was on social media, and a soror and friend of mine, Kendall Lockett, she made a post and she says, "Are you thinking about becoming a realtor? Let's chat." And she had her mug in her hand and she was all posed up on her post. And so I thought it was cute, and I tagged her and I said, "I'm unemployed right now because of this life event. Can we talk?" And you know what? I met with her on a Tuesday. She was with she was with Keller Williams. She invited me to a Keller Williams meeting. I went to that meeting on a Thursday. That Thursday, I knew I wanted to become a realtor, and she introduced me to Miss Renee Taylor. And Miss Renee Taylor at Cutting Edge Real Estate. And then next thing I know, the class started on the next Monday, less than a week. And I was like, I want to be in that class. And I really was unemployed. I didn't have any money, and I could not afford the class. And Miss Renee Taylor said, "If you come up with $75, then I will let you in the class to make payment arrangements." And I came up with $75 by Saturday. Next Monday, I was a real estate agent.
Wow.
But it wasn't that easy. Like, I went to real estate school, but you know what? I like to tell the bad with the good because I failed the real estate exam 3 times. So it was persistence, perseverance, studying, and every time I failed, I grew stronger and stronger in the knowledge of real estate.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's a lot in that whole story that you just was telling right there. I mean, just the whole process of not having a job, going to a situation where you got introduced and somebody said get your real estate license. You're trying to get the real estate license. You don't have all the money in order to get the license. Somebody tells you you got to come up with $75. You make that happen. Come up with $75. You take the test 3 times and fail the test, and actually continuing the whole process. Like explain the thought process of that, because a lot of people, what I find is they end up quitting in the process. They see their goal, they see what they're trying to accomplish, and obstacles come in the way, and they let those obstacles stop them. So what was your mind process when that was going on, and what made you persevere?
Well, I am actually an overcomer personally. And so it was the fact that I had kids. Honestly, my daughter was in college, and because of my previous income, she wasn't getting any grants and she wasn't on any academic scholarships. So I was still financially responsible for a lot of things. And I think the things that kept me going was my responsibilities that I had to look at every day. And, you sometimes see people under the bridge, the homeless people. And believe it or not, the homeless people were 1 paycheck from poverty, and they gave up. And sometimes we're all 1 more paycheck from poverty. And if we just persevere and keep going, we may be at that 1 paycheck from being a millionaire. But people always talk about your 1 paycheck from poverty when you could be 1 paycheck from being a millionaire. And I wouldn't say I'm successful in sales. I'm connecting with people all the time. So I'm successful in connecting. I'm an automatic connector. I connect people and I make relationships with strangers.
Yeah, that's awesome. So all right, so
I love it.
You get your real estate license finally. So you get into this commission-based, no consistency business, and you start working. What are some of the things you found out immediately after you got your license and started working it on your own?
Well, I think the transition for me was kind of different because, like I said, I sold large equipment. When I sold large equipment for Benco Dental, I was on a draw. So that means that I was 100% commission. And so if I didn't sell anything, I didn't get paid. But the caveat to that was, if I did sell something and the doctors didn't pay their bills or pay their debt, then they would take my commission back because I was on a draw. So when you're in sales, and I've been in outside sales for so long, some of my positions, I had a base salary and a commission, and some were just 100% commission, like at Benco when I sold large equipment. So I could sell like a $350,000 machine and get a nice commission check. But if that doctor didn't pay his bill, they would take my money back. So me coming into real estate was still like, you know what, I've been out there hustling and trying to get them to buy the product, not getting my full commission really, because they give a cut to the product owner. And I was really a distributor rep at that time. They give a cut to the manufacturer rep. Man, doing real estate was easy for me.
So that process, because I mean, you didn't
get all my 3%. I ain't got to chop up my 3, like for real. In a sense, the other positions I had to give too much.
Yeah, so the transition actually, I think you probably was in a better position than most people because you were already doing sales and you was already used to a commission base. So it was just of getting that license and then just going to work.
Right, because I hadn't been on a salary position in a while. So, and honestly, when I was with J&J on the Listerine brand, I had a company card, gas card. They spoiled me. I ordered my car. They would deliver my car to the house. I pick it out which color I wanted. I never paid for anything. And I had a base salary and a commission check every quarter. So I never missed a quarter of not getting a commission check.
Mm. Okay. So, all right. So you got into the real estate, and you know what I'm saying, you're doing, pretty good, but then I guess some kind of way you get connected with Levi, and Levi, you want to tell that story?
Mhm.
How did that work out?
Yeah, so the first time I met Mica was actually at the office. A lender and a lender friend of Mica and myself. We shared an office together, and Mica was in the office one day, and she was just the bubbly person that you see now. And I was like, "Who is this Mica girl?" And we were introduced, and she was sitting there. And at the time, I didn't even really know it, but at the time, I guess she had been licensed for just over a year, and she was sitting there, and she was strategizing on her business. Like she had notes everywhere. Like the whole table was covered with papers and stuff. And she had everything sectioned off. And we just got into a conversation. We started talking, and she was telling me about her goals and what she wanted to do and where she wanted to be. And she was talking about how she had not hit her goals and how she didn't think she was going to make it. But at the same time, this girl had closed so many deals already, you know, and to know that she was a new agent was just mind blowing. So that's how we got connected. And then we learned that, just in conversation, we learned that we were with the same company. We were at EXP Realty, and we decided to collaborate on that. And we said that we were going to touch bases, but we really didn't keep in touch the way that we wanted to, or the way that we intended to. And then eventually, I think Mica she left EXP Realty, and she went somewhere else, and she was still doing her thing because at the end of the day, it doesn't really. I mean, it really matters what company you're with, but it more so matters like what's inside of you, what's your passion, what's your goals, and what's your hustle. So she was over there doing her thing as well, and since we had made the conversation, it's almost like seeing if you buy a brand new car, you may not never see it, but then you always see that car riding up the street as soon as you got it. And that's the way it was with me and Mica. Like we had never known each other before that first time we met, but then we would always see each other. We would always hear about each other in the industry.
Mhm.
So I
And we
literally
started
called her up.
following each other too. We started following each other,
Yeah.
and I ended up I showed one of his listings one time, and I would always see his name. And then one day, that same lender, she had an event, and I met Kisa, and she said, "I'm on Levi's team," and I was like, "Oh, he got a team? Oh, okay, yeah, that's boss. Let me find out what he got going on, And that was really why I was like, okay. I started checking out what he was doing behind the scenes, and I said, let me see what he doing. And one day he called me up though. He was like, he talked to me about why I left EXP, and I was like, I love EXP. I'm probably gonna be back. It's just that I had to take care of some business. He said, we gonna meet. He would not let me rest until he kept calling me up. I was like, man, I was just gonna call you. He was like, come to my office and sit down so we could talk about these numbers. Because I had said something about some numbers. Man, we sat down for like 2 seconds about some numbers. I was like, man, I'm an immediate implementator once I see some numbers. Numbers drive me. And I was back to EXP.
Yeah, I think there's a lot in that what y'all are talking about right now, because while honestly, I believe that EXP is awesome because it incentivizes agents to help each other and to collaborate and to grow together. The connection piece, or who you're connected with, the group that you're connecting with, like that is huge in and of itself. So obviously, you were there before and you liked it because of the model. You understood the structure, you understood the process, and how it would be beneficial to you as an agent. But it wasn't until
it was never a question about that. It was, I'm sorry, James. It was never a question about the model. So when some people asked, why did I leave? I didn't leave because the model wasn't great for me. I left because I thought that I wanted to try something different. I came into real estate in a cloud-based brokerage. I'd never been to an office. I never was on a team. So I left, joined a team for a hot second, and was going to an office every day. Like, what's the hoopla about? you know, and I realized that in that short period of time, going to an office and being on a team is overrated. So that was really how I ended up coming back.
Yeah, yeah, and then like you know, just the fact that the connection between you and Levi, like you know, y'all keep
Mm-hmm.
up with each other, knowing each other, talking about your energy. Basically, when he says bubbly personalities, to really talking about your energy. You know, so like that whole process, and then getting connected over here, it just seemed like a perfect picture. You know, almost like a fairy tale story for y'all to get connected and to start to work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was.
Yes, and I wanted to prepare my exit strategy, and I felt like Levi was the model home. And every time I would go and to a meeting or something that he was at, he was the model home. And that's really what he still is. And that's what you are as well, James, from a distance. Even though we didn't know each other, you know, he's spoken so highly of you, and everybody that we're connected to in EXP, they're all model homes to me. I want to be like all of them. And, you know, John Kitchens, he collaborated one time and he said, just copy. He was like, just cut and paste content, just cut and paste content. So that's all I'm doing. I'm out here cutting and pasting everything y'all do. I'm just copying. I'm the biggest copycat ever.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's amazing though, because like we've all done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some of the stuff that I've been able to do in real estate has been because I've copied off of people that were at a higher level than I was, and Levi
Mhm.
same thing, and now you're going down that same path. But that's the power of collaboration. You know, whenever you're properly aligned, you're able to collaborate with top agents and use their listing presentation, their buyer presentation, their marketing systems to grow your business, and everybody wins that way. Like I said, I've never seen any system or any program that allows agents to work together and not have this scarcity mentality. You know, I mean, I know when I first got my license, you know, when I first started working, you know, people didn't share. They didn't want to share because I was considered competition. So, you know, it was like one of those things, don't look on my homework. But you know, like even in school,
Right.
you know, in school, you know, I don't credit myself for being the smartest kid at school. And, you know, I was average. I was actually a C student, you know, most of high school. But occasionally I'll get an A and B depending on who I was sitting next to. So in other words, I knew how to copy very well. So, and that's basically what you're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
use these systems and these processes from people that are killing in the industry because of the collaboration and because of the connection here at EXP.
Yep, yep. And the
Yes.
difference,
Do you
and the
mind me
beauty of it
sharing?
is that we're all in this thing together. Like we really are all in this thing together.
Yes.
So the better we all do, the more we
Yes.
all grow.
Yes, and you know, I'm really glad that that we are connected the way that we are. I think that some people get the false interpretation that EXP is cloud-based and they don't have an office and they're not going to see people. And I want people to really understand that because we don't have four walls and we're in a cloud, we have more exposure, we have more touches nationally across the globe because we're in a cloud. We're not just in this box in one state. We are collaborating on large major levels across the globe because we're in a cloud. And so that's one thing that I want to get across to agents that are like, well, I chose to not go with EXP because I didn't understand the virtual aspect of it. And I'll say this from my years of experience in sales, if you're not out in the field making moves and money and sitting at the dinner table with a listing presentation, you're not making money. You can't make money in an office. So I like the opportunity that we can collaborate on a national level, and also we can build teams on a national level, and they just don't have to be in one state. We can grow our organization bigger in the cloud. I love the collaboration and the connections.
So let's speak on that a little bit because I know you were recently in Ohio, and you know just kind of collaborating with some of our fellow honey badgers, NAEA, you know, group members. So tell us about that experience.
Man, I knew of the National Association of Expert Advisors. I've seen the logo, but I wasn't really connected on a level until I got into the presence, okay? Because sometimes you just got to get into the presence. And so I really was in the presence of some amazing people, and the energy was flawless. So I since I've gotten back from Ohio, I gained so much information. It's been so overwhelming that honestly, I haven't even spoken to my real estate coach. He was actually he was one of the lecturers there. I think very highly of everybody at NAEA. But I didn't understand the magnitude of what we have and what abilities we have to set ourselves apart and differentiate ourselves. Coming back was really a learning lesson, but it was also it was time to level up. And if you want to level up, you got to invest in yourself. And so I'm still overwhelmed with some of the things. Like we don't use comparative market analysis, historical data to position a home to sell. So it's just different terminology. We position homes, we don't sell homes. Like it was just so many different things that I feel very confident about setting myself apart. And I'm definitely still overwhelmed. John Kitchens, Jay Kinder, Wally, Holly, guys, anybody in EXP organization that has been an actual asset to my growth, I really appreciate it because they've sowed so many seeds nationally and they don't even realize.
Yeah. I know. You know, that's one of the things when me and Levi went down. Like we went to Dallas, Texas, and we did the same exact thing. Went through the same process that you just went through. You know, and Levi made his decision right there in Texas. I remember. You know, you showing everybody the text message, basically saying that, hey, man, I'm about to make this switch.
Yeah. I mean, it's something It's something in getting on a plane, traveling, and as Mica said, it being in the presence. Because you know what we have here with our group, with our group that's full of love and collaboration and so much value. I mean, James, you and I paid so many thousands of dollars to get what we're getting now for free. Like, and it's on a higher level now because of the spirit. I mean, of course, if you're paying somebody for something and you're involved in it and we're all doing well and we're all doing good, then it's great. But what happens if you leave that organization, you know, and you stop paying that dollar? Those people that were patting you on the back, you know, those pats kind of slow down. But here, it's just different. It's just different.
It's different because you have people helping you that don't want anything in return. I think that's the difference. You know, we are obtaining a wealth of knowledge on real estate because of our connections, not because of what somebody wants in return. And when we were talking about the power of collaboration, I had a few little notes that I put together, and I hope this blesses someone. But this quote really blesses me, and it says, "It is literally true that you can succeed best and quickest by helping others to succeed." And that's by Napoleon Hill. And basically, the organization has created avenues for all of us to be successful. Whether you are a new agent, a seasoned agent, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, there are different avenues and ways for you to all be successful and tap in. And it's not just given to the elite.
All right. Mica, I was you know, I was talking to Levi and I was telling him, you know, I was my parents live in Covington, so I was riding down the street, and you know, I heard you talking about a billboard in one of your videos, and I was riding down the street and I looked over and I told my wife, I said, look, I know her. I know her on that billboard. So you're doing things on a bigger level since you've been here, scaling on a bigger level. Tell us about, like, you know, what made the decision. You know, everybody wants to be on a billboard. Everybody wants their face everywhere, but you know, not everybody does it.
Wow.
Right? So the implementation part of it that you were talking about that you're good at, like what hit your mind and said, not only do I want to be on there, but I'm gonna be on there and I'm gonna make it happen.
You know what? The situation is so crazy because I have been in communication with the owner of that billboard since May. And the history, also a good friend of mine on social media has known me a long time. I had a dream that one day I was going to be on this billboard in Hapeville. This was back when I first started real estate. And it was in Hapeville, Georgia. I went out there, I took pictures by the billboard. I went live. I'm like, one day I'm going to be on this billboard as soon as you get off this exit in Hapeville. And so that didn't happen because that building, they sold that building or something happened to that building. Later, I branded myself, as you all know, with the brandpreneur, Nick Nelson. He's my brand strategist. And honestly, I don't really do anything behind the scenes without contacting Nick. And so when I reached out about the billboard, I didn't think I could afford it. I didn't know how much it was going to cost. But I knew that I wanted to invest in myself, and it takes money to make money. So I contacted the owner of the billboard, and he basically remembered me, and he basically gave me an opportunity to be on the billboard. Not going to talk about how much he charged me, but he also was aware that I have other agents in my EXP organization and that I would always spread the word, pass the torch, et cetera, et cetera. So he gave me the billboard, and as we were designing it, I was really not expecting to have to go through so much behind the scenes graphics, the pre-approval process. You know, I got it approved through marketing with EXP, and my broker Kim was like, send me a picture when it's up. And it went through a lot of red tape. And so I think that the learning process behind the scenes was like, wow, it's just one billboard. I can only imagine when people got billboards all over the world. But to answer your question, you know, James, I'm just amazed about the response and the feedback from the billboard. And, you know, sometimes people don't realize it's a process to greatness, man. And I'm just going through the process behind the scenes. You know, it's a process to greatness.
Yeah. What you're doing, I mean, that's the biggest part of it. So yeah. So all right. So tell me, like, what message do you have as we conclude this thing? What message did you have for agents that are looking to grow, looking to be part of something bigger than themselves? You mentioned your real estate organization. So basically, you know, I was able to reach out to Levi, and we were able to collaborate and partner up. Levi was able to reach out to you and collaborate and partner up. And you've been able to do the same thing with other agents, reach out to them and collaborate and partner up. And everybody's being able to win because of that process. So what do you have that you would say other agents that are looking to grow, looking not to be by themselves, but looking for a not only just a good career in real estate, but an exit strategy where, you know, it doesn't normally exist? Because we always know we know that agent that are 70 years old, 75-year-old, still out there selling houses, still out there opening doors, where, you know, we got a different model in and of itself. So what advice do you have for those agents?
I'm glad you asked me that, James, because, you know, I'm so excited about EXP and the opportunities that it has provided to me as an individual agent. I will say that the first thing they should do is join an EXP agent attraction call. You know, reach out to one of us, Levi, James, myself. If you do not know about the business model, don't judge the business model until you hear the business model from someone that can explain it to you in layman's terms. I will also say that you talked about looking to grow. There are so many ways you can grow besides transactions with EXP. As some people know, I'm also an EXP certified mentor. So that allows me to have a stream of income as well, besides transactions. Some people know that I've grown my EXP organization. I have something small, but it's continuing to grow. I have about 10 agents underneath me. So that's another way that I'm actually gaining streams of income. Every transaction that closes, then EXP gives us our shares of stock, which is like our retirement fund, and a nest egg as an exit strategy for a rainy day. When I was in corporate America, we had 401k and retirement plans with T. Rowe Price and different people like that. And I really didn't understand what I was going to do after I left corporate America to set aside for retirement options. And so with EXP, it has given me that opportunity to see that I had some money accumulating for my exit strategy. And that when I do decide to retire from real estate, I can still generate income every month, get a check every month on the 21st, whether I sell a house or not, by just continuing the agent attraction. And so that's pretty much what I would say. If people are looking to grow, have multiple streams of income besides just transactions, if people are looking for an exit strategy and they feel like, you know what, they are tired of the hustle and bustle of getting in their cars, working with buyers, going to listing presentations, and they just want to sit at home and still make an income, I think they should, you know, they're not taking the opportunity to see what EXP is about. I think it's a blessing, and they should reach out to one of us, join our agent attraction calls that we have every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. So I'm going to question you. So what is what do you have for the agent that's looking to grow, looking to take their business to the next level?
I mean, really, just give the opportunity a shot. I mean, every single agent, no matter if you're a single agent, a team leader, a broker, you're looking to scale your business and take it to the next level, and growth on every side, whether it's personal development, whether it's doing more transactions, whether it's developing people on your team. I just say give our organization the opportunity. And sadly enough, that's the hardest thing to do. People just don't stop doing what they're doing. And really, you know, even for me, I saw the opportunity way before I decided to move over. But hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So it was not a reason for me to try to look into the opportunity. But at the end of the day, you know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Yeah. And you know, when I called Mica, I said, "Hey, Mica, let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about the numbers." We sat down and we talked about the numbers. And it's not about you doing anything more than what you were doing. I mean, we just plug in the model, plug in your numbers to this model, and that's all I got to say.
Right.
Yeah.
and that's really how it went. You know, he set me down. He had a big old screen TV. How big was that TV, Levi?
Like a 50-inch.
It had to be about 50-inch TV. It looked he had all these numbers up there, and
yeah, breakdown. But
he basically got the point across, and I knew that I wanted to basically finish my career with EXP.
Awesome. Well, look, man, it's been awesome, you know, for you, you know, having this conversation with you all. You know, Levi, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like we've been boys for a long time. Mica, I mean, it's been great to see your progress, you know, getting to know you and watching all of your videos you're doing on social media and, you know, riding down the street, checking out your billboard and all the stuff that you got going on. So like once again, you know, like we, you know, we're really about just helping the agents. So, you know, we have a Facebook group called Agent Builders Facebook group. You don't have to be an EXP to be a part of it, but we're always sharing what's working, what's not working. So you can always go to that Facebook group and check that out. You can reach out to me, Levi, or Mica regarding information if you want to know how you can partner with us and you know, have some of these great stories that we're having and success in real estate. So with that being said, hoping everybody have a great Wednesday. In the A, at least, is raining, so it's not as pretty. But I was listening to Tony Robbins, and he was always saying that you know the sun comes out after the storm. So you know, just know whatever the situation is, no matter what you're going through. Mica indicated it as well. You know, situations change. So, you know, it might be stormy, it might be dark outside, but the sun is going to come out. And that's basically what we've been able to do is help people to get to that sun a lot quicker. So so that will being said, until the next time.
Can I say something, James? And you can cut me off. I had my best days in sales on rainy days. I gained access because people would cancel appointments on rainy days. They would give me access to the doctors on rainy days. And I get encouraged, man. When it's a rainy day, I'll be like, man, I'm going out there because most of the time people don't want to go show houses. They don't want to drive. So you got to go against the grain. You got to go where people don't want to go. Like when I first started real estate, some of these top-notch realtors that are professional and, you know, fancy, they didn't want to take clients with a certain dollar amount pre-approval. I was taking all the small stuff. So I take the rainy days, the small stuff, and I just make lemonade. I just make lemonade.
Well, you know, you take those rainy days and you make them sunny days. That's basically what you're saying.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, till the next time, man. Appreciate everybody. You know, peace out. Check out Agent Builders Facebook group. Reach out to me, Levi, Mica. You know, we're here to help.